subscribe. Don't forget to comment. I would love to read from you. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome again to our Visisa channel, where we teach you to look within to unleash your potentials. My name is Abimbola, and today we're going to be talking about how teachers can help children who are struggling online. Okay, I have 8 beautiful, wonderful tips for you, but guess what? If you stick with me all the way to the end, I'll give you 2 extra tips. Let's go. Many learners struggle with online lessons. So you are not alone if you have children who do not attend lessons, who do not answer questions, who do not ask questions, who find it difficult to work collaboratively, and children who find it difficult to complete classwork and homework in the stipulated time. Now, it's time for me to give you tips on how to handle such situations. Tip number 1, identify the unique challenges that each learner faces. Tip number 2, make sure you differentiate your lessons. That's why I started by saying you must understand the unique challenges that each child faces. You have 20 children in your class, and trust me, each child has something peculiar or something specific, attached to that child. So you must understand what it is about that child that will help the child to understand better. It's a lot of work, but that's why we're teachers, right? Tip number 3, make comparisons constructive, otherwise it will demoralize your learners. Now let us be very careful, especially when we compare children as it relates to their work. Don't tell a child not to bother, don't bother, you can't do it the way this child will do it. No, don't even worry, yours is not good enough, things like that. Don't say that to children. There are better ways to explain to them, and you know what, what you can do to remedy the situation is to spend more time with them outside class. So if you have a child who is struggling and is not getting all the instructions that you have given out, take time out. You can do it off camera. You can place a call through to the child, have a discussion one-on-one so that the child can understand better. That will be just fantastic, and the children or the child would really appreciate it. Tip number 4, teach from known to unknown. It is important that as teachers, we release our content in bits. Don't try to teach everything at the same time. Otherwise, the children will get confused and lose interest. Tip number 5, vary your assessment. Now, one size cannot fit everyone. So when you want to give assessments to children in a class, make sure that you give them questions with varying difficulties so that every child will be able to attempt as many questions as possible, and so that every child will be carried along. Tip number 6, make your class fun and welcoming. Ensure that you have something spectacular to welcome the children with every lesson so that they can find it interesting and pay attention from the beginning all the way to the end of the lesson. Tip number 7, have a cordial relationship with the parents of children in your class. It is important to let parents know how well their children are faring with the online lessons. Let them know if they are struggling, and let them also know how to help. Trust me, you can't do it alone. So engaging the parents will really help you, so that you're doing yours on your end or at your end, and parents are doing theirs at their end. When the synergy, when you work together that way, the child or the children will do a lot better. Tip number 8, teach life skills to your struggling students to help them cope better with online lessons. Now you might ask, life skills like what? I'll give you a few examples. You can teach the children the disadvantages of procrastination. You can also teach children how to be resilient and how to persevere. Okay, very, very important skills. You can also teach children how to be independent, how to take care of themselves, be responsible for their learning online and offline. Okay, these are life skills that we must teach to children outside the actual subjects that we teach. It's now time for the 2 extra tips I promised at the beginning. Tip number 9, encourage your children to ask questions. When children do not ask questions, it just shows that they probably do not understand at all, or they understand. Now, for a child who is struggling, the child does not understand, and not asking will not help that child. So if you encourage the child or the children to ask questions, then the teaching and learning process would be more effective. And then for our final tip, that's tip number 10, ensure that you motivate your learners to want to participate in every class activity. I'm so glad that you stayed with me all the way to the end. It's been fun. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Next time I am going to be talking to parents. I'm going to be telling you how to cope with your child who is struggling. That video is for you. See you next time. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. I'd love to read from you. Thank you.